Hello and welcome to Victory Brewing and VISTA Millennial Superstars celebration. On behalf of Broomball Wealth Management, Bloomington University, Malvern Bank, Chester County Economic Development Council, and Victory Brewing, we welcome you to Victory Brewing in our second annual Millennial Superstar celebration. This is really Chester County's future. What a difference a year makes. Last year, we gathered at St. Gobain's and we brought 400 people together and had a wonderful celebration. It was on February 4th. 2 days later, the Greater Westchester Chamber had their celebration. And those two, our celebration and their annual dinner, was the last major event that we had in the county before the lockdown and before the whispers of coronavirus started. Last year, our major concern was whether it would snow on February 4th, and looking backwards, that seems so quaint. It's fitting that we're here at Victory Brewing. If there's anything that speaks millennial, it's craft beer. For generations, we were comfortable hoisting watered down cold beer at the end of the day or to toast friends, and now we get to do it with craft beer, and what a great accomplishment that is, and Victory Brewing is right there at the middle of it. Their products are sold in 34 different states and 9 countries around the world. We step out of our busy lives this afternoon to honor and to shine a spotlight on the 40 young emerging leaders within Chester County who have taken their talents and their skill sets and mixed it with their natural abilities, a lot of hard work and ambition, determination and persistence to create new opportunities, not only for themselves, but for their teams, their partners, their customers, their clients, and most importantly for Chester County. The men and women that we're honoring this afternoon are really the best of Chester County. When we announced this year's initiative in October, we drew 190 nominations, and those 190 nominations were for 137 different people. And the challenging part every year is pulling 40 people from those 137 wonderful, well-qualified, extraordinary individuals. In the early part of December, 5 or 6 of us got together, including former County Commissioner Terrence Farrell, Alex Apilia from Malvern Bank, Bill Swain from Wilmington University, Jeffrey Osgood from Westchester University, and Jeffrey was there because he was a member of the 2020 class of VISTA Millennial Superstars. Mary Beth DiFenzenzo helped us, and Steve Knickerbocker and Rebecca Krug and myself on our team all came together. We sifted through the 137 and came up with 40 young professionals from every walk of life and from almost every part of the county. We have educators, we have in the education arena, we have an associate director of campus ministry as one of our superstars, a music teacher, a guidance counselor, director of campus development. In the medical field, an associate director of pharmacy. In the government, an assistant solicitor for the county, who also is one of the first generation of her family to be born here in the United States. In the services, partners, directors, principals, attorneys, in the corporate world, senior vice presidents, developers, technologists, COOs. From the nonprofit world, executive directors, program coordinators, volunteers, even a couple of volunteer fire companies, firefighters. And from the entrepreneurial world, owners of a commercial real estate company, an energy company, an insurance agency, the owner of a technology integrator, the owner of a construction company, and most important, because we're here in the countryside of Chester County, and since farming is still the #1 industry within Chester County, we drew a farmer into this year's class of VISTA Millennial Superstars. And while all of the honorees work, study, live here in Chester County, not everybody grew up here. In fact, 12 of our honorees grew up in Montgomery County. And many of them were born in other states, Massachusetts, New York, California, and New Jersey, even one from Oklahoma, and from faraway countries, including Iran, Jamaica, Mexico, Ghana, and India. And what separates these 40 from the other 137 well-qualified people was that they're sitting on boards, they're volunteering, they're teaching life skills and helping others to land a job or sustain themselves. They're serving their community more often than not in more than one capacity and frequently in creative and innovative ways. So in short, as you watch the honorees today talk about and answer the question we asked them, who are your superstars? You'll be caught, as I was, by how reflective and thoughtful their answers were, and as they reflected back on who they are and who helped them get there, and who continues to inspire them today. Before I introduce Bill Kovaleski from Victory Brewing, let me just take a minute and thank those who made today possible. First of all, Malvern Bank, formed in 1887, a Chester County institution as far as a bank is concerned, but serving not only southeastern Pennsylvania from Chester County, but also southern New Jersey and the surrounding area. Broomball Wealth Management, with over 50 years of collective experience and helping clients take charge of their financial situation and really grow and manage their wealth. Wilmington University, with over 20,000 students annually, taking 130 different degrees and certificate programs. Chester County Economic Council, Chester County's secret sauce, helping organizations find financial solutions, cultivating workforce talent, and leveraging business partnerships to drive Chester County's economy. And then finally, Victory Brewing. What hasn't been said about Victory Brewing? They are a Chester County brand right up there with Vanguard and QVC and Hearst Foods. In October, when I approached Bill and said, hey, Bill, we'd like to have this here, Bill's response was like, this is us, this is so us. And so it took us a couple more weeks to work out the details. But once those details were worked out, he moved mountains and opened the doors and really prepared a way for us to be here. So thank you, Bill. I'll turn the time over to you.
Ken, thank you very much for your kind and concise comments. In 1995, Ron and I sought a home for our vision of a craft brewery and tap room. And in doing so, as folks who met on a school bus in 1973 in neighboring Montgomery County, we were well aware of Chester County for its spaciousness and its dedication to open space. And we knew that that dedication came from the citizens themselves, who embraced natural resource stewardship and everything that the environment had to offer. So in locating our business, we knew we wanted to be amongst like-minded individuals in creating a future together. In Downingtown, we found the perfect home. We found ample, high-quality water, which would serve as the backbone for our European-inspired beers. And there we also found a thirsty, appreciative audience who would critique our creations and really encourage us to go forward in our flavor investigations. And that was an inkling to Ron and I that there was another resource here in Chester County that we may have previously overlooked in terms of its integrity and value, and that is the very folks itself, the citizens of Chester County. Reaching nearly our 25th anniversary right around the corner, having shipped what I like to call postcards from Chester County to 34 countries, 34 states and 9 countries. It's arguable that Victory, as Ken indicated, is also part of the identity now of Chester County. Iconic brews like Golden Monkey, Hop Devil, Prima Pills, they're shipped far and wide, and they create a representation of Victory Brewing Company over a very wide footprint. But much more impressive character and identity of Chester County that continues to surprise and delight Ron and I every day is the neighbors all around us. Chester County really is blessed as a special place because of the citizens that we embrace here. The creativity and drive within Victory Brewing Company, it's not coming necessarily only from the corporate offices. No, not at all, actually. In reality, the creativity, drive, and passion that propels Victory Brewing Company forward is through every department and every rank of our company. And that's really what we're celebrating here today with the VISTA Millennial Superstars. Of course, our company's not alone in demonstrating this, as you see that so many companies are gathered here, again, to celebrate the superstars within our ranks. So in closing, what I would argue is that talent is part of the terroir of Chester County. We have it, we make use of it, we grow it, and we foster it. And you'll see that today in the 40 dynamic individuals which are going to be recognized. So at this time, please join me in recognizing the 2021 class of VISTA Millennial Superstars.
Who is my superstar? My superstar is, and I know it's corny, my dad, John Abel. He taught me the value of always following your heart and doing what's right. All of my accomplishments in the business, from continued sales growth to more community involvement, pale in comparison to what he's done for the business and the community.
My superhero is Chris Annis, the chairman and CEO of Meridian Bank, and also my father. In this crazy pandemic year, he's managed to not just grow the bank, but lead us to our most successful year ever. And he does all of this with a sense of humor that's disarming for a bank CEO, a commitment to always do right by our customers, our team, and our community, and with a deep loyalty and pride to this place that we all call home, Chester County.
One of my superstars is my 90-year-old Italian grandmother who came to America 60 years ago with 3 young children to give her children and grandchildren more opportunity. If it wasn't for that, and if it wasn't for my grandmother, I wouldn't have had any of the opportunities that brought me this far along in my career. And for that, I'm incredibly thankful. So, thanks, Nani.
My superstar is by far my 5-year-old daughter, Gianna. She is truly the most fearless person that I've ever known. No matter what obstacle comes her way, she faces it with a can-do attitude, an intensity you have to see to believe, and an ability to find joy in everything that she does. Whether it was ziplining at the top of a mountain when she was 3 years old, or facing her first day of kindergarten during a global pandemic, she is my superstar. She's also my proudest accomplishment. To raise a little girl that is so confident that she believes that she can do anything that she sets her mind to. And though she's small and her dreams are big, I have no doubt she'll achieve it all.
My superstar would have to be my wife. First of all, she's probably sitting next to me while we're watching this, but in all honesty, she is absolutely my superstar. She's incredibly supportive. I probably wouldn't be a lawyer if it weren't for her. And whether it's her holding down the fort at home with the kids while I'm at a municipal meeting at night or talking through a difficult case, she's always there to help me, and I wouldn't be who I am without her.
"2020 has unveiled a lot of superstars for me, namely my mom, Maria O'Connell. She owns our office, but also our internal team members. They just pour so much into the work that we do at Express Employment Professionals, and I just really appreciate the way that they have handled every curveball that we've been thrown throughout the pandemic.
During this year of uncertainty, I can say that my kids were my superstars. Gio and Abby are my kids. I always get emotional. This was a difficult year for all of us. In my case, was trying to adapt to the new normal, always feeling some type of fear on the unknown. Because of them, their positivity, they have been my inspiration to not only be able to adapt or at least try, but actually be able to adapt to this new normal. Despite of the current circumstances, I feel positive for them, knowing that I can count on them. I see their smiles, and they bring me hope, strength, and they still continue to be my inspiration.
My superstar during these times of uncertainty would have to be Dr. Karen Pinsky, the Chief Medical Officer at Chester County Hospital. She is continuously a role model for professionalism, and she tirelessly cares for both our employees and our patients at the hospital. She is genuinely passionate about what she does, and I can't say enough about her. So, Dr. Karen Pinsky, you're my superstar.
So my superstar for 2020 is a group of people. It's the small business owners in Chester County. We were all hit this year. It was a very challenging year with the COVID-19 pandemic, and it was especially hard on small business owners. They have a business to run, obviously, but they also have people that rely on them, that work for them, and also people in the community that really rely on their businesses every day. And it was just really great to see all the small businesses, all the people in Chester County kind of come together and support each other to make sure we keep those businesses running. It was really inspiring to me. And I work with car dealerships. A lot of them are there in Chester County, and Cox Automotive I work for is a bigger corporation, but definitely feel connected to the small business owners because of all the solutions, all the conversations that we have. And as I look back on 2020, the small business owners are really going to be the superstars for me.
During this year of uncertainty, I believe that our students and teachers are the true superstars. Being a parent of 2 elementary age students, as well as being on the board for our parent-teacher organization, has given me an insider's perspective to the level of resilience, collaboration, and leadership that our students and teachers are bringing to the dynamic learning environment.
I'm Bill Swain from Wilmington University. I'm very excited today to be able to participate in the celebration of the VISTA 2021 Millennial Superstars. What a great team, what a vibrant group. We also have WilMU's own superstar, Casey Trill. Well done, Casey, and congratulations to all of you. Wilmington University would like to thank each of you for your inspiring work, especially during this most challenging year. I'd also like to thank VISTA for their partnership and for giving Wilmington University the opportunity to take part in this event. WilMU has been dedicated to serving working adults for more than 50 years. In fact, 87% of our students are working adults and 75% are age 25 and older. So, a large portion of our students are just like you. They're hardworking millennials with thriving careers, growing families, and lots of commitments. And they, like you, want to do more and go further. To keep leading, you've got to keep learning. And when you're balancing a full schedule already, you need extra flexibility to make higher education fit. You also want the assurance that every course and every credit you take is doing heavy lifting towards advancing your career. I think that's where WilMU really works, to make higher education realistic and feasible for people like yourselves who are running on all cylinders and are fully engaged in all aspects of your life. While you've been making strides in Chester County, Wilmington University has been working to make our programs even more accessible to you. In 2019, the university opened a beautiful new site in the Brandywine Valley. And for maximum flexibility, we provide more than 130 programs fully online, as well as a variety of options for accelerating your studies. Millennial Superstars, on behalf of Wilmington University, I applaud you. Thank you for what you've achieved for Chester County and for inspiring all of us. We are eager to see what you're going to accomplish next. So, join me in recognizing the 21 class of VISTA Millennial Superstars.
My superstars are my parents. My mom is a nurse, and when I was growing up, she took care of my great-grandmother who had Alzheimer's. Then a few years ago, she flew all the way to Germany to help my aunt after she had a major surgery. And my dad, when he was alive, he dedicated his time to the Boy Scouts. He also organized several fundraisers to help the seniors at Pocopson Home. It's through their example that I have learned to step up and help others when they are in need.
So my superstar is my beautiful wife, Erin. It hasn't been easy for any family to be locked down for weeks, let alone months at a time, especially with 4 young boys. I was working the whole time as my company was deemed essential. Her prior experience teaching at Good Samaritan Day School certainly helped, as she was able to come up with fun and exciting activities for the boys in between their virtual classes. She's our rock, and couldn't have done it without her.
So when I think of the superstar of 2020, I have my personal superstars, my mom, my dad, my business partner, Brenda Russell, running the foundation, F4, and I think about our country, and I think about the people working in the hospitals, the doctors and the nurses that are helping so many people. I've personally been affected by it. My sister works in the hospitals as a nurse, the COVID virus, and seeing the work that she has done has given me an entirely greater appreciation and respect for all healthcare workers. So my superstar for 2020 would be all of the healthcare workers, and personally, my mom, my dad, for their belief in me and our vision to make the world a better place for all people with financial literacy and creating an end to hunger.
Okay, so I think we could all agree that this year has been very challenging. You know, the people that I've looked up to this whole year has been women. I think the theme has been women for me because when I look around, conversations that I've had with women, even in my own practice, and also what I've read about, you know, important women, their strength, you know, being able to care for family, work. So I've relied a lot on women this year. So they've been the superstars in my mind for me.
Yeah, my superstar this year is kind of an easy one. I have a soon-to-be 18-month-year-old son at home. So needless to say, at the start of this COVID pandemic, he went from not crawling to now he is fully up, walking, on the cusp of a terrible 2-year-old and into everything. So he's been a superstar to work with mommy and daddy while we've been home and not always able to hold him at all times he was. So he's really been a rock for us. And then it's nice to, at the end of the day, wind down and see his smile and sit on the couch and hopefully get him to sit and read some books and watch some movies. We're still getting to that point, but he has truly been a superstar for us this year. That's for sure.
My superstars this year are the 17,000 CTDI employees that are supporting the telecommunications industry really all over the world, and you know, able to support our telecommunications industry, allow people to work from home, children to learn from home. It's really been an amazing experience, one that's been through so many challenges, so many changes and processes, so many difficulties throughout the way to support families and to support our critical infrastructure. But to see what they've done to rise to the occasion really shows the strength of who we all are, and it's really a great team to be a part of. I'm really proud of it.
My 2020 superstar is my husband. Marry yourself a person that will love you and support you and believe in you enough to turn your dining room into a brooder and raise 300 chickens in your house. I also see John Durso of Brilliant Sales Solutions as my superstar of 2020 for helping me guide my business, my farm, into 2020 and into the future.
My superstar is Joe Shorn. Joe has shown me how to lead with strength, compassion, and fairness. Joe's willingness to share with me his wisdom and expertise in construction, be a true mentor, has helped me develop into a leader in our local construction industry. Joe has always preached giving back to the local community and to the employees that help create success. His generosity and strong ethics will always be something that stays with me and help me to become the person in the future.
I don't have just one superstar, but rather the entire Chester County family. It's that team that kept our programs, services, and each of us going strong. My colleagues and each of the families that I work with are all superstars. Each of them learning to pivot, embrace new technology, and think of creative out-of-the-box solutions during these uncertain times. It's that collective power that keeps us thriving.
So this past year, my superstar hasn't been just one person. It's been a team of people. Over at the YMCA Greater Brandywine, this year has been unlike any other year. We've been presented challenges after challenges with COVID-19, and the team there has done everything and worked tirelessly to overcome those challenges. Through their dedication and their hard work, they've been able to serve thousands of youth through our summer camp programs, meeting all the regulations with COVID-19. We've offered preschool programming. We've offered learning centers when the schools were virtual. We were able to meet the community need whenever they've asked. Most recently, we've provided thousands of angel tree gifts to families in need. We've provided Thanksgiving baskets to those families who needed a Thanksgiving dinner. And through those dedications of the team over at the YMCA, they've been able to accomplish that.
Good afternoon. I'm Kim Brumball of Brumball Wealth Management, and it is a pleasure to be here with you today. I'd like to begin by thanking VISTA today for hosting this program. We thank Victory for allowing us to be here. It is truly a program that's unique to the county, and we're delighted to be a part of it. We're also grateful that we've been invited back to be the lead sponsor again this year. We thank you for all of the hard work that you do in our community. We're delighted to be here to celebrate your success, the initiatives that you've taken in your companies to be where you are. And not just the success within your companies, but the success and the leadership that you bring to our community and to the county at large. 3 years ago, our firm put an initiative in place to teach financial wellness, financial literacy to professionals under the age of 40. There's a page on our website to visit to learn more about this. This is an initiative that we took seriously enough and felt was important enough that we hired an experienced financial advisor that is a millennial who will be with us 3 years in June this year, Andrew Shepagrell, aka Shep. You should have received a congratulatory email from Shep within the last day or two. And Shep is sending a gift to each of you that you will receive over the next week to 10 days. And within that gift bag, one of the important items is a certificate that is you're able to redeem over the next 12 months that will grant a meeting and some financial work and analysis and education that's valued at $1,000. Your certificate's printed at a $500 value, but Shep felt it was important to add some additional services over the course of the year and wanted to increase that. So with that, again, we congratulate you all. We thank you for participating, and we thank you for all that you do within your companies and the community again. And we just wish you well in your journey and your great success. And with that, please join me in honoring the 2021 class of VISTA Millennial Superstars.
My superstars during this uncertain time are my clients and contacts. Their drive and determination has not only impressed me, but it's given me perspective on my own personal challenges. I want to give a shout out to those business owners who continue to drive forward despite the challenging business environment.
My superstar is my father. He always has been, he always will be. Unfortunately, he's not with us today, but he taught me what hard work and work ethic actually is. I feel like I can credit all my success and my achievements to him, and I continue to strive to make him proud.
My superstar is my mother. She has really been a great example in showing us how to be a working mom. So for me, growing up with my two sisters, she always encouraged us to get involved, supported our extracurricular activities, and somehow managed to have a nice, good family meal on the table, as well as being a working mom herself. So, for her, for me, she's really been my superstar, and where I get a lot of my strength. And now she's a wonderful grandmother and really helps me and encourages me every day and supports me and is really the rock to our family.
So when I think about my superstar, especially this year with 2020 and everything we've been going through and experiencing, I really think it's that everyday person, your neighbor on the street, the doctor, down the road that's going to work every day, the nurse, the firefighter, the first responder, the teachers, everything that they've been experiencing. I look at my friends who are parents and the decisions they have to make for their children and their families, and everyone trying to work at home. I think just seeing the community come together this year with everything that's been going on. Really, my superstar is just, the person I see in the grocery store or, my neighbor out there shoveling my snow. I think it's all about the community and how we've come together. And that's pretty much been my superstars this year.
Congratulations to my fellow nominees and recipients, and thank you to VISTA today for sponsoring this event. During this year of uncertainty, my superstars are our healthcare workers. My mother's a retired registered nurse. I've always been inspired by her commitment to helping people and patients, and why I wanted to get into the healthcare industry and found my way to Cerner. At Cerner, we have the privilege of working with healthcare teams and are entrusted with helping them manage their healthcare information. I've witnessed the emotional and physical toll that it takes to be a healthcare professional. And in today's times, they are also battling COVID-19 while at risk of getting infection themselves. Despite all these hardships, they care for their patients without hesitation. To our doctors, nurses, and support staff, you're more than superstars, you're heroes. Thank you for all you do for our families and our community.
During this year of uncertainty, my superstar is my wife. Sarah is managing and running a daycare in Chester County, and this year, despite the pandemic and the closure of many daycares in our region, she was able to provide childcare to over 80 families in our community, which many of them were frontline workers.
My superstar is my wife, Sarah, who lives as more a part of the present moment than anyone else I've ever met. She lives her life all in with you, right here, right now, wherever that is. She also lives with no more than what she needs, and she's the first to eliminate extra things and free up brain space in the process. She also is incredible at finding silver linings even in the darkest of times, like in the summer of 2020, when she left her full-time job to go all in on her art business, which has been growing by leaps and bounds.
My superstar this year is definitely my wife and my kids. My wife has been at home with the children, no school, no babysitters during COVID, and it's not been easy, but she's been supporting me in my career and helping me kind of make that space, whether I'm working from home or going to the office, and trying to educate our kids, being a mother, a teacher, and a loving wife to me. So she is my rock, my superstar. In business, I have a business partner, a big company called Starin Marketing. The CEO, his name is Bill Mullen. And Bill has become a mentor to me in my career, helping me to understand what it's like to grow into a business career and also be humble. And so Bill has taken me under his wing. Together we share a love for God. He's taught me how to ask for help, how to ask for forgiveness, and dig down for strength, knowing that, both as Christian men, that we have God on our side and we can really, spread that love and help the other people in our industry, kind of seek out, people in business even, seek out what are their fears and how can we help them overcome maybe some of their own fears as together we try to become leaders and help become, beacons for others to become better people, stronger in our community and in business. So Bill Mullen in business is one of my real big superstars for the year of 2020, helping us get through a crazy year. And of course, my wife, the love of my life, the rock, and my children, obviously, who I come home to, who bring me so much joy.
So my superstar is my grandma, Lanny Manny, who just turned 99 this year. And up until the pandemic hit in March, she was out there volunteering several days a week, planning socials and parties for her residential park community. And she's just so funny and quick-witted and is a light to be around. So I hope that when I'm 99, I'm still out there giving back to the community with a joyful heart like she is.
My superstar, especially for 2020, is Donna Alston, our communications manager at Aqua. She and a few other brave colleagues started our Black Resource Group this year, which has launched really important discussions about diversity, inclusion, and justice. And I really applaud her for changing our work culture, and I also appreciate the time that she has spent mentoring me to help me advance my career.
Good afternoon. I'm Alex O'Peel from Malvern Bank. It's great to be here in person to celebrate the 2021 class of Millennial Superstars today. Since 1887, Malvern Bank has served the communities that we operate in Chester County by providing valuable banking services and giving back to local nonprofits. Our goal is to provide service beyond your expectations, and it all starts with a conversation. It is an honor to be an affiliate partner with VISTA today and to sponsor this year's class. I personally was honored to sit on the selection committee. I read firsthand about the nominees' passions, bios, and overall achievements in their personal, professional, and charity endeavors. It is nothing short of amazing. On behalf of Malvern Bank and all of our employees, I congratulate this year's Millennial Superstar class, well deserved. Please join me in congratulating the 2021 class of VISTA Millennial Superstars.
The superstar in my life have to be, it's actually plural, it's the women in my life. I come from a legacy of really, really strong women who have come from nothing and really worked hard to make sure that future generations had a whole lot. My great-grandmothers were women who had a 2nd and 7th grade education, who had to raise many kids on their own because of the deaths of their husbands. And to go from that to being a college counselor is truly something that I'm proud of. And my heroes and my superstars for 2020 are absolutely the essential workers, and they come in many forms. Those are the people who are working in grocery stores, doctors, nurses, the cleaning staff at a hospital, all those administrators, people who make sure that we are able to live our lives as best as we can during this really, really challenging time.
So this year, my superstars have been, one is Chris Salo, the President and CEO of United Way. He leads our organization with passion and purpose, and he is such a compassionate person. Whoever has met him, he brings a smile to your face, and he has kept the spirit alive in all of us when we were all struggling with all the things that were happening this year. The second superstar that I want to mention is the nonprofit leaders. They have done a tremendous job this year being creative and serving the community. When everything stopped, the needs in our community just went 4 times much more higher than everything else, and they have been creative to accommodate everyone this year.
This year was definitely uncertain and it was very difficult, but my superstar would be my father. He's a small business owner, owns his own barbershop, and with all the difficulties that small businesses faced with shutting down this year, he's worked hard through it, and his persistence is an inspiration to me to work hard myself every day.
Hi, my name's Chuck Swope with Swope Lee's Commercial Real Estate. During the past year of uncertainty, my superhero is my wife, Betsy. Betsy brought stability and focus to the past year that we would have otherwise been lost without. She works harder than any person that I know and always brings those around her up and allows them to rise to the occasion. Thank you so much, Betsy.
So my superstar for 2020 is my S1 medical family. Never did I think going into a year that we would be entering into a pandemic crisis that we had to not only manage a group through, but make left and right turns at a drop of a dime. And I work with a team of the most incredible people who not only were able to make transitions with us, but continued to see our vision and get us through a difficult time personally, a difficult time professionally, and with the most just advantageous attitudes, positive, upbeat, just incredible. I could not be where I am today without being surrounded by a group of talented and amazing individuals.
So when asked the question who my superstars are, I would have to say in this time, in this day and age right now in 2020, it's all the healthcare workers that are on the front lines, my fellow nursing colleagues, and all the educators that are out there that have had to adjust and become flexible and adaptable in their careers to really make an impact and handle the unprecedented times that we're currently living in. So kudos to everyone out there.
This past year, I've really been inspired by a whole community of superstars. It's not easy to start a business. It's really not easy to grow a business in the middle of a pandemic, but with a very supportive family, some incredible friends, and amazing clients, it's possible. I'm just so grateful to have this whole community around me.
All right, my superstar in 2020 is Matt Jessen, the president and owner of our company. Since founding the company, Matt has been clear on his values and desire to find, develop, and provide opportunity for good people, but that was especially evident this year. When COVID first hit us here in Pennsylvania and the state started shutting down, we faced the same uncertainty as so many other businesses and clearly didn't know how we'd be impacted both short and long term. During this time, Matt's demeanor and priorities remained unchanged. His commitment to our people and making sure we were prepared on all fronts was remarkable. It's easy to say all the right things about culture and people, but even when it may take some personal sacrifice, Matt shows up for this team every single time. We work hard and believe we've made some good decisions as we scale, but ultimately this is the fundamental reason that our business is thriving.
During this year of uncertainty, my superstars have been children, especially the children served by CASA Youth Advocates. They have endured so much change, adjusted to a completely different way of learning, and found new and creative ways to play and engage with extended family, peers, teachers, and mentors. Many of the children served by CASA are in foster care and have had to experience all of that while also being away from their homes. Through it all, they have demonstrated such strength, resilience, and also just moments to find laughter and enjoy life, which has been such an inspiration to me.
My superstar is, without a doubt, my father. He is the founder of the business that myself and my wife now run, the Wright Agency. And not only is my dad an incredible businessman and mentor for me professionally, but personally, he's also the definition of a superstar. He's a decorated Vietnam War veteran. He is a wonderful husband to my mom of over 50 years. He has 3 kids, myself and my 2 sisters, and just really checks all the boxes, in my opinion, for someone whose footsteps are worthy of following. And every day when I walk into our office, I'm reminded of all the wonderful things he's done, reminded of all the wonderful things that he's been able to do before me to pave the way, to make my job easier and make the business in our 43rd year just be something that our family can be proud of. And for me to have this award and honor this year is definitely something that I'm proud of for myself, but certainly give the credit to my dad for showing me the way and showing me how to be not only as a man, but as a business owner in our community.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Brigelownis. I'm the COO at the Chester County Economic Development Council, and we're proud to partner once again this year with CAN and VISTA Today on this important program, the VISTA Millennial Superstars. I also want to talk just a minute about our partnership as an organization with VISTA Today. We're proud to be a founding partner of VISTA Today and couldn't be more proud of what it has become. It has become, I think, a part really of all of our lives every day. We look at it twice a day, and Ken and his team have innovated each year to figure out new ways to deliver the good news and the great things that are happening in Chester County. So a shout out to Ken and his team for a job well done and for starting this new tradition of VISTA Millennial Superstars. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we call Connects. This is an initiative that we partner with VISTA on as well. But before I do that, I want to give you just a brief moment on who we are as an organization, the Chester County Economic Development Council. We're a private nonprofit that's been around since 1960. So just last year, we celebrated our 60th anniversary. And we're focused on really the economic health of Chester County. We're focused on growing businesses, creating jobs, and helping the overall community that we are privileged to live in here in Chester County. And we do that by doing 4 primary things: financing solutions, focusing on helping companies get low interest loans, fixed rate loans. We're focused on workforce development, making sure that our growing companies have the talent that they need to grow their companies. We're also focused on innovation culture, making sure that we have mentoring and networking and co-working spaces and all the things that an emerging tech company might need to take their company to the next level. And lastly, site selection or location services, as we call them now. And that is focused on identifying sites, marketing sites, identifying strategic sites that might be in communities and helping them, raise the profile of those properties for potential redevelopment in the future. So that's the core of what we do. And then when we learned last year that Ken was creating this neat program called the VISTA Millennial Superstars, we said, Ken, that's really awesome. What can we do to make sure that it's not just an evening celebration at St. Gobain or a lunchtime celebration here at Victory Brewing? What can we do to really harness all of the talent and the passion and the energy that you see? And it even comes through in the video. Even though we couldn't be together in person, you still feel that when you watch the videos. So we said, what can we do to try to carry that forward and really make an impact on our community? So what we did was create something called Connects. And what we'll do moving forward, we did it last year, we'll do the same thing this year, is we will convene this group. And I think even more important this year, because I'm gathering that a lot of these people probably have not met. All these 40 superstars that have been identified, many of them probably haven't met each other. So we'll bring them together when the time is appropriate, of course, and in a safe manner. And we will allow them to network. We'll provide a platform for them to network and get to know each other, exchange ideas. And with the talent that I saw on the screen today, I think that's a pretty dangerous, in a good way, a dangerous proposition. I think a lot of great things can come out of that group. And then selfishly, a little bit selfishly, we're going to ask them to help us. We're going to talk to them about the economic opportunities and challenges that we have, some of the trends that we're observing, and get their perspective. It's important to us that we get diverse millennial perspective in what we do as an organization to make sure that we're on target with what it is we're doing and delivering our mission to the community. So again, thank you very much to Ken and the team. We're proud to be part of this, and a final congratulations to the VISTA Millennial Superstars, and a special shout out to our superstar at the CCBC, Komel Nasrallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. VISTA today is in business in large part, in fact, totally because of the partnership we've had with Chester County Economic Development Council. So I appreciate it. One of the pieces that you didn't mention about Connects is that not only is this year's class going into Connects, but we already have 40 from last year. And over time, this should be a group that grows by 40 every year and become a driving force for change and for improvement within Chester County. So we're very excited about it. It was a great idea and appreciate your partnership, turning this from just an event today, a wonderful celebration, into an initiative that will drive change and improvement across Chester County well into the future. Before I close today, I just want to thank again a couple people that made today possible. At the top of my list is Bill Swain from Wilmington University. Not only did he push us last year to leave the 40 under 40 and saying that was boring, come up with something sexier, he said, and so that's where VISTA Millennial Superstars was born. Thank you, Bill. And by the way, his team provided the interface that you all joined as you logged in today. Thank you very much, not only to Bill, but the entire Wilmington University team. Our sponsors, Malvern Bank, Broomball Wealth Management, and Victory Brewing, Gary Smith, Mike Brigelownis, and Mary Beth DiFincenzo of CCEDC. I want to thank not only Victory Brewing and Bill, but also Samantha Dardine. Bill opened the door, Samantha held them open and did yeoman's work to make sure that everything flowed smoothly today. I said last year, and I'll say it again, every good event has a project manager behind it, and our project manager is an extraordinary person. Rebecca Krug made today work. Pulling off the event last year was challenging. This year was not only challenging, but it was difficult as well. And so kudos to her, and thank you, Rebecca, for your hard work. Finally, I just want to give a shout out to Mitchell Phillips, who stitched together computers, cameras, microphones, screens, apps, and glued the videos together that you just watched. It's really because of him that we're here today and we're able to share this across the county. You know, throughout history, the older generation, in this case, us boomers, have looked down on the younger generation. When we were growing up, we were coming of age in the late 60s and 70s. And I remember some of the things our parents and grandparents said about us. We were lazy, cocky, entitled, coddled. I mean, you just name it. And it's really funny as a boomer to sit back and talk to my fellow boomers and hear what they have to say about millennials. And it's so funny because they're using the same words to describe millennials. The good news is that you're not. We see you as a bold, courageous, purposeful, passionate, focused generation, focused on not only yourselves and your careers, but more importantly, making the world around you a better place. You hold us to a higher standard. You think outside the box naturally, and we applaud you for it. So in the words of Betty Moran, who passed away last year, but left her indelible stamp on Chester County, I'll leave you with these 4 words or 4 phrases that were the hallmark of her life. She said, be kind, be considerate, be charitable, and be fierce. Thank you very much. Congratulations to each of our honorees. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you.